Hello everyone, and welcome to this Node.js NPM tutorial and webinar from Edureka. My name is Vipul Jain, and today I will be talking about what is Node.js and how we can use NPM along with the Node.js. And after some of the theoretical concepts, we will see a small demo that how you can start with Node.js and NPM development. So let's get started. So the agenda for this webinar would be I will be talking about what is NPM, what is the need for NPM, what are the different NPM packages, how you can install NPM, and how you can use the different NPM packages from the NPM site, and then how you can install Node.js NPM. At the same time, I will be talking about that how you can use Package.json file, which is the initial or basic file in any node-based project, and then there will be a small hands-on. So this will cover the complete agenda for this particular webinar. So let's get started. What is NPM? But before we go ahead and learn about what is NPM, I just want to tell you that what is Node.js so that you have a basic idea of Node.js also. So Node.js, if I talk about Node.js, is an open source server environment. It's absolutely free as it is an open source environment, and it uses JavaScript on the server. Now, if you have a question that what can Node.js do, so let me tell you that Node.js can generate dynamic page contents. It can create, open, read, write, delete files on the server. It can collect form data, or it can add, delete, modify data in your database. So that is all about Node.js, because before starting with NPM, you need to have Node.js in your system, in your laptops, in your environment. Then only you can go ahead with NPM. So NPM stands for Node Package Manager. It's a package manager for Node.js packages and modules, whatever you like. It is basically responsible for managing all your Node.js packages because it's a Node Package Manager and modules which are present in an application. So if I talk about on a high level, Node Package Manager provides you two main functionalities. So what are those two basic functionalities of NPM? So first one is that it's an online repository, you can say, for Node.js packages or modules, which are searchable on search.nodejs.org. And the second thing is that it provides you a command line utility to install Node.js packages. It allows you to do version management and also the dependency management of Node.js packages. If I talk about NPM, NPM comes bundled with Node.js. So when you install Node.js, NPM also gets installed. And this happened after version 0.6.3 of Node.js. So you can say NPM is the default package manager for Node.js, and it is completely written in JavaScript. So now we will see what are the basic advantages which NPM provides. So first and foremost, it is very simpler than SOAP. It's a default package manager for Node.js. It is completely open source and entirely written in JavaScript. It is developed by Isaac Schuttler, and it was initially released in 2010 in January. You can say that NPM has now become the world's largest software registry because it manages all the packages and modules for Node.js, and it consists of also a command line client NPM. As I said that you don't have to install NPM in a different way or separately because it gets automatically installed into the system with the installation of Node.js. And as I said, it's a free and open source package system. So all the required packages and modules in Node project, you have to install or get installed using NPM. Now I'm talking about package and module. So what is a package basically? So a package contains all the files which are needed for a module, and modules are the JavaScript libraries. So basically a package, if I talk about a package and a module, so a package contains all the files which is needed for a module, and modules are the JavaScript libraries that can be included in a Node.js project according to the requirement of the project. So what are the main functions of NPM? So we talked about what are the two main functionalities of NPM. So first one is that it provides online repository for different packages and modules for Node.js, and we already talked about what is a package and what is a module. So package is nothing but it contains all the files which are needed for a module, And modules are the JavaScript libraries that can be included in a Node project according to the requirement of the project. So second main functionality of NPM is that it also provides a CLI. Now what is a CLI? Command line interface. So it provides a command line utility, or you can say it provides a command line interface, which helps the developers in locally interacting with their system, which means that NPM and Node.js provides a command line utility so that the developers can install the Node.js packages. They can do version management, they can do dependency management of the Node.js packages. Now, if I talk about that, how it do the dependency management and the version management. So NPM basically can install all the dependency of a project through the package.json file, which we are going to talk about later. But it completely do it using the package.json file. It can update and uninstall the packages and so on. So now we will talk about what is the need for NPM, why NPM is required. So if I talk about the need of the NPM, it helps in incorporating the pre-built packages into our project. Second is that it assists in downloading various standalone tools which can be used right away. So if I talk about NPM, it allows you to adapt packages of code for your apps or incorporate packages as they are. It allows you to download standalone tools you can use. It allows you to run packages without downloading by using npx. Developers often use NPM to share their code with other NPM users. So you can share your code with other users, other developers using NPM. In the other way, it also allows to restrict your code to only specific developers. At the same time, it allows you to share the code with the required users or required developers. But on the other hand, it also allows you and helps you in restricting the code to only specific developers and forming virtual teams using orgs. Now, what is this orgs here? Orgs means organizations. So you can create orgs, that is organizations, using Node.js and NPM to coordinate package maintenance, coding, and sharing with the developers. So you can form virtual teams using orgs also. It helps in managing and maintaining the various versions of the code and their dependencies, which means the code dependencies. So it allows you to maintain the different versions, and if any versions comes in, it gets updated, and it allows you to update that version also. NPM updates the application with the update in the underlying codes. As I said that if any version of any package has been updated or it has been changed or new version has came into the market, so it allows you to update your applications easily when the underlying code is updated. There are multiple ways to solve the same puzzle. We already know that. Forming the virtual teams by using orgs or managing the multiple versions of the code and code dependencies, allowing your code to share with the other developers. All these are the basic advantages or need for NPM. So in one particular point, we talked about NPX. So with the use of NPX, it allows you to run packages without downloading them. Now, what is NPX all about? Those of you who have upgraded NPM to its latest version, NPM at the rate 5.2.0 or the latest one, they have might notice that it also have installed a new binary alongside the usual NPM, that is NPX. So you can say that NPX is basically a tool which is intended to help round out the experience of using the packages from the NPM registry. But only thing is that you can run your code or you can run the packages without downloading them. We talked about the virtual teams. So let me tell you what is an org. So as an org owner, you can be an org owner or organization owner or admin. You can create and remove teams. You can add and remove members from the teams. And you can also configure package access settings for the different teams. That is how you can go ahead with NPM. And if I talk about teams, what is a team? Group of org members with a defined access to a set of packages which is governed by the org. So all these things you can implement using NPM. Now we'll move towards the different NPM packages. So what are the different NPM packages available? But before moving ahead, I want to show you something, that how you can go ahead with Node.js. So this is the site from where you have to install the Node.js, which is nodejs.org. So there you will find two versions. One is the LTS version and one is the current version. LTS stands for long-term support version, and the current version. You can install any one of them. There is no problem at all. This also says that Node.js is a JavaScript runtime built on Chrome version 8 JavaScript engine. So before using NPM, you have to download and install this Node.js in your environment. And NPM will be pre-built or pre-installed with that Node.js version. So we were talking about the Node.js packages. We'll start talking about Node.js packages now. So this is the NPM site, which is npmjs.com. You see here, you can build amazing things from NPM. You can search for packages. There are hundreds and thousands of packages available out there on this particular site, which you can see. I'm just scrolling down. JavaScript packages available. Many packages are available. Even if you search for, let's say, jQuery package or any other packages, it will allow you to search for those packages, install it in your environment. So the website is npmjs.com, and to install the Node.js, the website is nodejs.org. So let's go back to the PPT again, and we'll talk about some of the very famous NPM packages. So let's get started. What are the different NPM packages available? So first one is NPM Express. So if I go to this particular website, which is npmjs.com, and if I write here packages, I'm writing just packages, and if I talk about Express, if I press enter, so you will see that it allows me to explore all the packages which I can explore when it comes to NPM Express. We'll talk about what is express.js. What is this NPM Express? Express.js, you can say it's a Node.js web application server framework. So let me go to the site. So it says npmjs.com/package/ let's check this website, Express. So you see here, this is the Express package, which is NPM Express, which is express.js. What it do is, you see here that how you can use it, what is the installation required. So you have to say npm install express, and express.js package will get installed along with a JavaScript file, express.js. So express.js is a Node.js web application server framework, basically, which is designed for building single page, multiple page, and you can say hybrid web application. Now it has become the standard server framework for Node.js. I will say this Express framework or the package has become the standard, you can say, server framework for Node.js. And Express is the backend part of something which is known as Mean Stack. MEAN, Mean Stack. Mean, you can say it's a free and open source JavaScript software stack for building dynamic websites and web applications. Now what is Mean stands for? M stands for MongoDB. It's a standard NoSQL database. E stands for Express.js, which is the default web application framework. A stands for AngularJS, and N stands for Node.js. So basically, if I talk about this Express framework or Express package, this Express package or Express.js frameworks, it makes it very easy to develop an application which can be used to handle multiple type of requests, for example, get, put, and post, delete request. So that is all about the NPM Express. It's a very good package to use. The other one is NPM Body Parser. Now let's see what is NPM Body Parser. So let's go back to this site. We wrote Express earlier. Now I will write Body Parser, and I'll press enter. Now you see here this body parser, Node.js body parsing middleware. So to handle HTTP post request in Express.js version 4 and above, you need to install a middleware module which is called a body parser. Again, it tells you that how you have to install it. The installation command is npm install body-parser, and how you have to use it by using an API. So you have to create a variable where body parser and require body parser package. So basically it is required to handle all the HTTP post requests. That's why you need a body parser. As I said, that body parser, it extracts the entire body portion of an incoming request stream. So whatever is the incoming request stream, it extracts that and exposes it on the request body. And it's a kind of a middleware for Express.js. You have to install it separately. Earlier, it was a part of the Express package only. If you want to use body parser, then you have to install it separately. Now this module or this package body parser, it parses the JSON, buffer, string and URL encoded data which is submitted using HTTP post request. You can install body parser as I said using the command npm install body -parser. So let's talk about the third package, which is Nodemon, npm Nodemon. Nodemon is a utility that will monitor for any changes in your source. It will talk about any change if which has happened in the source, and it will automatically restart your server. So let's search this particular package also. So I'll go to the same site, and instead of body parser now, I will write Nodemon. This Nodemon, it's a tool that helps develop Node.js based application automatically restarting the Node application when there are any changes in the code or any changes in the file which is in the directory if those are detected. So what it will do that it will automatically restart the Node application. So just use Nodemon, I will say, instead of Node to run your code, and now your process will automatically restart when your code changes. So for the installation, what you have to do, you have to run the command npm install -g Nodemon. -g is used for the global installation. So you can write npm install -g Nodemon. So let's talk about the other packages now. So we talked about npm express, npm body parser, npm Nodemon. Now we'll talk about Babel code. Now what is this Babel code? So let me tell you that the current browsers probably don't support all the new ECMAScript 6 features yet. You need to use a compiler or probably a transpiler to transform your ECMAScript 6 code to ECMAScript 5 compatible code. Maybe there are other options also, but Babel has become very famous now. It has become the benchmark or a guideline, you can say a de facto standard to compile the ECMAScript 6 application to a version of ECMAScript that can run in the current browsers. That's why we need this package npm Babel code. This Babel can also compile the other versions of ECMAScript as well as the React JSX. So we use React JSX and React JS applications to compile or transpile those ECMAScript code also. This Babel can be useful. Now the other package, npm Lodash. Lodash makes JavaScript easier by taking the hassle out of working with arrays, numbers, and object string. You can create composite functions, manipulate objects, and do some kind of manipulations on arrays. So that is npm Lodash. Very good package, I will say. So let's check this package. Let's go to the same site, and I will say now Lodash. So this package has been deprecated now. This is again a very important news that this package is no longer supported and has been deprecated. So let's talk about the other packages now. Now npm React. This npm React package allow you to create React applications. There are very good React projects and applications available on GitHub. One of them is Create React App. So you can use npm React for those kind of application. The other package is npm Request. Request package is the designed to be the simplest way possible to make HTTP call. How you can make it very simple or very possible to make HTTP calls by using this npm request package. It supports HTTPS and it also follows redirects by default. The last package which we are going to talk about is npm async. Now what is this async? Async is a utility module, you can say, which provides straightforward, powerful functions for working with asynchronous JavaScript applications. I will say it is designed originally for use with Node.js and installable via npm install async. So the command to install this package is npm install async, but I will say it can also be used directly in the browser. So these are some of the very famous or generally usable npm packages which we talked about. So let's move forward. Now npm installation. So as I said, first of all, you have to download the Node.js from this website, that is nodejs.org. First, you have to download and install it. You can either install the LTS version or probably the current version. That's not a problem at all. But before using NPM, it's very much required that you have to install Node.js, because NPM indirectly comes with the installation of Node.js. It's not a separate installation. You have to install Node.js to use and go ahead with NPM projects. Now the JSON file, the most important file, which is the package.json file. for any node-based project, for any node-based development, if you want to do, the starting file or the first file which comes into picture is the package.json file. So package.json file in Node.js is the heart of the entire application. It is basically the manifest file which contains the metadata of the project. So what all metadata it contains? You can say that package.json is present in the root directory of any node application or module, and is used to define the properties of a package. So inside the package.json, we will find almost metadata is specific to the project, no matter it's a web application, Node.js module, or even just a plain JavaScript library, because this metadata, so as you can see on the screen that it is showing me the name. So what is the name of the application and project? So all these are the metadata: name, version, description, scripts, engine, dependencies, dev dependencies, home page, repository, bugs, license, author, engines. All these are the metadata. This metadata helps me to identify the project, and you can say it acts as a baseline for users and contributors to get information about the project. So you can see here that a package.json file is always structured in a JSON format, which allows it to be easily readable as metadata, and it is also parsed by machines very easily. So in this particular site, you see here, it is showing me the name that this is Edureka Node.js. So it is showing me the name. So what will be the project name? So you can say that the npm init command is a step-by-step tool to scaffold out our project. So this is the project name. Then it will show me the initial version, the version of the application which must follow the semantic versioning rule. So it is showing me what will be my project's initial version. Then the project description. So what is the purpose of my application? What is the description of my application? Or the technology used like React, MongoDB, and so on. So I can write that in description. Main. So what will be the starting point of the application? So project entry point. You can say the project main file, meaning the project main file of any node-based project. It shows you that what will be the starting point of the application. In this case, script.js will be the main file or the starting file. Then the scripts. So scripts which are required to be included in the application to execute it properly. So it will come under the script section. Engines. What are the versions of the Node and NPM used? What are the engines you have used to execute this particular project? That will come under engines. Author. Who is the primary author? That can be specified in this particular section. So we talked about name, which is the name of the package. We talked about version of the package, description, author. Then the license to which the application confirms are mentioned in this key value pair. So these are the dependencies, the key value pairs. So third-party packages or modules which are installed using NPM can be specified in the dependencies. So you can say it has a list of dependencies. NPM automatically installs all the dependencies which are mentioned here in the node_module folder of your package. So what are the dependencies are shown like Express, body parser, Jade, required flash, and so on. So all these are the dependencies which are required. Dev dependencies. Dev dependencies means the dependencies which will be used only in the development environment. Those are specified in the dev dependency section. Repository. So information about the type and URL of the repository where the code of the application lives is mentioned here. So that will be a repository. So a repository type and URL type of the package can be specified in this section. Bugs. So URL and email where the bugs in the application should be reported can be mentioned in this section. Now hands-on. So we will talk about the package.json file now, that how you can create a package.json, and I will show you that how you can deal with a node-based project. So since Node.js is installed as of now in my system, so I will directly show you that you can start a node-based command prompt, Node.js command prompt. So this is the Node.js command prompt which is installed in my system. I will run this as administrator. So you see here that it is telling me that your environment has been set up for using Node.js and NPM. Let me zoom it. So just I'm going to font so that it should be visible. So since Node.js is already installed, so let's check node-v. Okay, node-v. So node-v, it's showing me the version, that which version of Node.js is installed in my system. It's saying 8.12.0, which is installed in my system. So node version 8 is installed in my system, you can see. So to check the command, you have to write node-v. If I have to check npm-v, it's going to show me that 6.9.0 is currently installed in my system. Now, how you can create a package.json file for a node-based project. So for that, there is a command called npm init --yes. You see here that it has right to a file, which is a package.json file. So let me create first of all a folder directory. So I am saying mkdir, you can see here mkdir new project node. So a new folder will be created. So let's go to that folder, new proj node. So we are in new proj node now. This is the folder which we have created. So now I will say npm init --yes. Now what is this command? npm init --yes. So npm init is a command which is a step-by-step tool to scaffold your project, a node-based project. So for example, if I'll not say yes, I will only say npm init. So it will ask you some of the questions for which the default answer I am giving as yes. So that's why I'm writing npm init --yes. Because if you will not write yes, then it will prompt you for input for a few aspects of the project. For example, what will be the project name, project initial version, project description, what will be a project entry point, and so on. So that is why I'm saying npm init --yes. Now when I press enter, so it has wrote to a file which is called the package.json, where you can see that it has right name, version, description, and so on. How can I open this project? I can open this in Visual Studio Code. So for that I will say code dot and enter. So let's open this folder in Visual Studio Code, and here you will see that a file has been written which is package.json, which is having the metadata, which is name, version, description, main, what will be the scripts which will be used, what are the keywords, author, and license. So all these details, all the metadata has been captured in a file called package.json. Now what all you can do with the package.json, let's see, with installing a third-party JS file or third-party package or library called movement.js, which allows us to play around with the date formats. I'll go to this location and then we can go ahead. So I'll go to the D drive, to a folder. Okay, let's open this in Visual Studio Code. Let's close this. So package.json is there. Let's open this file, open this folder actually in Visual Studio Code, and then we will see what we can do with package.json. So you see here, this is the package.json file which we wrote. Now in this particular project, what I have done is that you see here a script. I have a start script node index.js, so I can write node index.js. I have an index.js file, which is a blank file which I created, and then write the code for movement.js. So movement.js is already installed in node_modules folder. So every node project will have a node_modules folder. In this particular example, I am playing around with movement.js, which will show me the current date and time. So I am writing console.log movement.format ddmmyy. In this format, it will show me the today's date and time. If I talk about package.json, you see the dependency here. Only dependency which is shown is of movement, and the version is with a caret sign. A version is shown which is 2.24.0. So I am using movement.js in this particular example, and that has been specified in package.json. And for writing the code, I am writing it in index.js. So what I am writing is where movement equal to require movement. So this movement is the package which has been referred in node_module. So if I show you node_module, there are so many packages available out there in node_module. You see a lot many packages are available. By default, it gets installed when you run the command npm install. So node_module also gets added as a folder in your solution. So if I show you the solution, you see here node_modules is there, and some other files, package.json is there with some other files which I have created. So I just created this index.js and bundled it. Now by bundling, I meant that you have to bundle your node-based project by using Webpack. And once that is done, so a file is created, bundle.js, which I can run from anywhere. So let's go here and go to package.json also. I can show you the two ways how you can run the code. I go to this demo2 folder because I have a demo2 folder also here. So let's run this command first, node index.js, and see what happens. You see here that it is giving me the correct output, which is the today's date and time, the current time, which is happening 15 September 2019 and 5:39:49 p.m. So how I got this output? So you see here that we talked about scripts, right? And main is the main file, that is index.js. In index.js, I have written that I want to print the current date and time using the command movement.format ddmmyy. Very simple code. So in package.json, in the script section, you see the start here. This is a kind of a script which you can create. You can create your own custom scripts also, but at the same time, there are some predefined scripts which are available in package.json. If I show you, you see here install, post pack, post publish, and so on. All these are available as the by default script commands. You can use your own, just like I used bundle in this case. So in start, I said that what will be the start statement. So node index.js. So I went to the nodejs command prompt. What I wrote, node index.js, and I pressed enter, and it is giving me the correct output. But when it comes to the bundling, you can also run it using bundling of the file, because after bundling using Webpack, the file is created bundle.js. So I can also write node bundle.js. So it is giving me the same output, right? So you can see that while creating the package.json, this will be the first file, or you can say the basic file, benchmark file, to start with any node-based project development that you have to create. How you can create that file, I already showed you that the command to create a package.json file is npm init --yes. So it will create a package.json file for you. Okay, once that package file is created, then you can create many other files. You can install the node underscore module folders. You can create other files also, just like in my case, I created index.js. You can write the code over here, but everything which you have to specify, whatever dependencies or dev dependencies, in my case, you can see here that dev dependency I have used. Dependencies are there. Who is the author? Author is, let's say, Vipul Jain. So author has been specified. What are the scripts which I am using? What is the main file? This is very important, that the starting file or the main file of your node-based project you have to specify, and in our case is index.js. So whatever start command you have specified, that is node index.js. So that can be run node index.js, and it will give you the correct output, the desired output which is required. So that's all from my side. I think I have given you a glimpse, idea that how you can start with a node-based project development, how you can start with package.json, what are the features and metadata present in package.json file. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
I hope you have enjoyed listening to this video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries, and we will reply them at the earliest. Do look out for more videos in our playlist and subscribe to Edureka channel to learn more. Happy learning!